This is Kate Baconsale. You're listening to Baconsale.
Coming this summer to a theater near you, or maybe a television in your home, or possibly the computer in your basement, or the laptop in your kitchen, or the tablet while you're sitting in bed. Hey, you may be watching these movies on a phone in the bathroom, but regardless of where you're watching them, these films are coming this summer. Maybe. Unless the release date gets pushed back again.
all those things that are so specific and right.
That's how I watch movies.
Yeah.
Welcome to Baconsale. I'm Joel.
I'm Kent.
And I'm Zach.
We'd like to thank you for listening to our last show, our 300th episode.
Holy cow.
Now this one's 301. It's not as exciting as 300, but it's still pretty cool.
It was so nice of everyone to say, like, congratulations on 300 episodes and
Yes.
300 more.
Thank you
Well,
all.
I was going to say we had a fun time recording that episode. We actually talked about it a lot. I don't want to get into it here because we already talked about
Recent
it.
Pick and Bit, yeah.
On our Pick and Bit. If you don't know what a Pick and Bit is, it's a kind of an off-the-cuff discussion, a pre-show discussion where we just kind of chat, chew the fat, talk about what we're watching.
They're only about 10 minutes long.
Yeah. Oh, please. They end up being like 40 minutes each time for some reason. I like a tight 10. These guys keep pushing it.
Sorry.
But for at patreon.com/baconsale, you can hear those. It's a little more raw, a little more unrehearsed.
Yeah.
Not that these are rehearsed. We don't rehearse a lot of these shows.
This is the third time we're doing this show, Joel, and you know it.
Yes, but it's a patronage starts at only $3 a month. So for that $3 a month, you can get extra bacon.
I like this little plug you're throwing in right here.
Almost every week. Well, it's because we already talked about it, and I was like, I don't want to get into it all over again.
Yeah.
It was so good to actually see people live, right?
Yes.
And have kind of, and granted, we didn't have an audience. We could have, considering the size of the stage we were on.
Yes. Yeah.
But it was so nice to get together with listener.
Yeah.
One listener. And Zach, you brought this up on Twitter that you would like to do a live Baconsale show at some point.
Absolutely want to do that.
We're kind of getting to the point where that's maybe a reality.
Yeah. And thanks again to Bob.
Absolutely.
Bob Bedore
Yeah.
for letting us record at the Midville Main Street Theater where Quick Wits will perform, hopefully soon. We want to get live shows back in. And congratulations to Spencer Larson.
The listener.
reign,
Man.
another term as listener.
Legendary.
And might I add, congratulations, Spencer, but also congratulations to Team JK.
Yeah.
Boom!
Oh, my
Back in the
gosh.
saddle again.
Australia.
Hey, take it easy. We still won.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
But yeah, thank you. And yeah, but that's not what we're talking about today. What are we talking about today, Zach?
We are talking about the summer movies that we want to see and maybe don't.
Remember how summer used to be awesome? Like, remember back in, like, let's go back to 2019 when everyone wanted to see the new Marvel movie called Endgame. And movies are saved for summer, typically, because that's when people are spending their money.
They wanna go out.
to see the big blockbusters.
Air-conditioned buildings.
Yeah, they want to beat the heat.
Yeah.
They want to have a fun summer activity for kids. There's so many reasons why you'd go to a movie in the summer.
And then something happened that affected movies for a year, and so on.
Because a lot of the movies that, I mean, in the past have been like these big tentpole movies.
Exactly.
And we've been excited for these, but last year we didn't even do a summer movie preview.
No. How could we?
Because there wasn't anything coming out.
Exactly.
Except for Tenet. Was that summer?
Tenet was the summer movie.
August.
Yeah.
So that was our numbers 1
Yeah.
through 5.
It's a very short show.
Yeah. But then, and so this year we talked about it. We said, can we do
Is
one
it
this
worth
year?
doing?
Can we talk about movies that we want to bomb and movies that we want to see?
And it was tough because there aren't the tent poles. Well, some, if they don't get pushed back, like you said in your intro, some may come out. And that's why I really wanted to do this show, is because no one really knows or cares when movies actually come out anymore, because either they're going to Netflix and they'll find out eventually. But I want to let people know, hey, there may be something worth watching. Maybe.
That's just it. We have some shows we think are worth watching and others that we think are not worth watching.
Right.
But the thing I kind of struggled with, I'll say, is that normally I go and see what's coming out in theaters. And it's just kind of go through that list and then see the ones I like, watch a bunch of trailers, read some summaries. Because as you get farther out, there's fewer details. But with this one, I felt like I had to look more at streaming options as well. Like, what are some of the Netflix original movies that are coming out?
Right.
What are some of the Amazon original movies? What are some Hulu original movies? And start looking at these other streaming
It's
platforms.
just what it is now.
Yeah.
Because it used to be like, oh yeah, straight to video, straight to DVD, straight to streaming.
Yeah.
Like as that's progressed, that's kind of the lower bar. But nowadays it's like, okay, well, if it's coming out, we got to consider it.
Sure.
So it's kind of weird to think about that.
This really has changed things, but I feel like you guys are just like single-handedly trying to promote movies. Like, say, go to these movies,
Yes.
or
Yes.
or don't,
Or we really hate this movie.
yeah. Or say, hey, if you're going to go to a movie, here's what you recommend to spend that effort on, or that time or money,
Right.
As opposed to maybe these are the ones you
Or
want to
just
avoid.
watch it on your phone in the bathroom. It's fine.
Maybe don't
Your
do
legs will
that.
fall asleep. But yeah.
Who's going to get mad at that? J.J. Abrams.
Oh,
Isn't he
everyone.
like,
Steven Spielberg.
don't watch it on your phone.
Nolan for sure.
Nolan.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so we hope that by giving you these lists of movies we both don't want to see and do want to see, that you'll get an idea of, hey, this is coming up this
It's
summer.
like refreshing people's memory.
Yeah, it's
because
like,
most of
oh,
these
yeah.
movies were meant to come out early last year.
Yeah. Well, even like, I think I heard that Top Gun Maverick, which is not coming out this summer.
Yeah.
It was started filming back in like 2015 or something like that.
Ridiculous.
And then they still keep pushing it back. It could have come out this summer, but they're like, no, let's wait a little longer.
Well, I've already waited long enough for that movie.
That's true.
Okay, so you are going to present your top 5 and I guess bottom 5. So we'll start with the 5 movies that you want to bomb.
So we're going to start on a negative note.
Well,
Okay.
well,
As we do.
We talk about, want to bomb or that we just want to avoid.
You personally will avoid. And you'll start from your 5th choice and work up to your number 1?
Yeah,
I
sounds good.
Yes,
All right.
sounds good.
What do we have for your 5th choice? Go ahead and Kent.
I'm going to start. So my number 5 is Hotel Transylvania Transformania.
But you like the Hotel Transylvania
Actually,
franchise.
number 3 wasn't super great. But
No.
I really
No,
like
the
the
cruise
first
ship?
2. Yeah, the cruise ship was horrible.
They're making another one?
Yeah, so they're making another one. So,
Oh, my word.
And normally, I looked at this one, I'm like, oh, I kind of like this franchise. For some reason, Adam Sandler and the gang.
It's better animated. You like them better animated.
Yeah, and the fact that Jendy Tarkovsky, who did Dexter's Laboratory,
Dexter's Laboratory.
there's so much style to it.
Zach, do you know that reference?
That's on Cartoon Network.
Right.
Yes.
Did you ever watch it?
Not really. I was a Nickelodeon kid. So
Oh,
it was
okay.
on adjacent
Rocco's
to when I
Modern Life
would.
sort of thing.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
have watched it, but I didn't watch Cartoon Network.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But I really like the director, and he was so much a creative process behind
So
it.
Darren Aronofsky's directing it.
Yeah, exactly. And somehow the comedy of these guys worked. Like it all kind of played really well together.
Okay.
So let me give the synopsis first and why I don't want this one to succeed. So this one does come out on July 23rd in theaters so far. No streaming platform quite yet. But it's Drax Pack is back. Like you've never seen them before in the final chapter of the Hotel Transylvania franchise.
We hope.
So they make money, right?
The final chapter should have been the second one.
It should have been. Or maybe they just should have tried harder with the third one. Because
Maybe.
it ends in like a DJ battle.
Yeah,
And there's
between
like,
the Kraken and...
What was going on there?
I don't know, but that song has been stuck in my head since then.
Wait, it
That
has?
keyboard song they play where it's just
You
repetitive
remember
over again.
something from Hotel Transylvania 3?
Yes.
That's too bad.
That's why I don't like it, though, because it's in my head
Yeah.
right now.
So the reason I want this to not succeed, and it seems crazy that this is the case, Adam Sandler is not playing Dracula.
What?
I know. So it's this guy named Brian Hull is taking over for the lead.
Brian
Okay,
Hull, the
okay.
YouTube impressionist?
Yeah, I think so.
Hold
actually.
on.
Yes.
Hold the phone.
I know. Why wouldn't he do the movie?
Well, what I'm saying is Adam Sandler's got something better to do than a movie.
Well, maybe another Uncut Gems because he's trying to take his career more seriously.
No, but he's got like a 6-picture deal at Netflix.
Yeah, like Hubie Halloween sort of
He
quality,
has been
right?
golfing a lot.
And it's so weird because all of his buddies are in this movie again. You know, you have David Spade and Kevin James in the gang, and Adam Sandler's not
shocked.
in.
I'm shocked.
He couldn't lend his voice to this movie. Like that's how little maybe he cares about the movie. Also,
Well, I think he felt like number 3 ended on such a positive.
yeah,
like Toy Story
exactly. He's
3.
like, I can't do this again.
my artistic integrity won't allow me.
Also, new directors. Jendy Tarkovsky, who is the creative voice behind the series, is no longer involved at all.
Oh wow! So I read really quickly on Brian Hull. He kind of gained some fame doing impressions of Disney characters.
Okay.
like he sang "Let It Go" in a bunch of different Disney character voices. There actually is a Hotel Transylvania short that was released called Monster Pets that I've actually
Yes.
watched twice. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's where they learn how they got the big dog.
Yeah, Brian Hull does the voice in that, and I didn't even know.
Oh, so he's pretty good then.
Yeah, I
Or
had
in
no
small
idea.
doses. So
Yeah.
kids, there you go. Be a YouTuber, and one day you could be in an
Oh,
Adam
don't
Sandler
say
sequel
that
movie.
because then people will actually want to do that.
Animated Adam Sandler sequel movie.
Yeah.
YouTubers are so much richer than we are. So
Yeah.
Oh,
we
so
should,
much.
We should try that sometime.
no,
No.
No?
No.
I'm not that talented.
Oh, Zach always wants us to do a YouTube channel. What are you talking about?
sorry.
But I think it seems kind of like it's lost its magic without the same director and without Adam Sandler. It
Yeah.
seems like something else entirely.
Let
maybe
the record
just-
show. Kent just said Adam Sandler is magic.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
In a movie formula, Adam Sandler is magic, according to Kent.
Hey, you've been watching his movies lately?
Adam Sandler is going to be proposing to Kent soon, is what Kent's saying.
I do. All right, so that's my number 5, Joel. What do you have?
My number 5 that I want to avoid is F9.
Really?
How dare you?
It's not gonna bomb. Don't even think my opinion's gonna affect this movie in any way,
and
shape,
it
or
shouldn't.
form.
And here's why you shouldn't have it on. Okay, maybe I should wait for you to describe what this movie's about.
Okay, here's the plot summary.
Family.
The key most often used to open mission control on an Apple computer. F9.
Come on.
It's the 9th one of the franchise. Who cares about the plot at this point? Everyone, unlike your movie, Ken, everyone is back. We got Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson, Ludacris.
Paul Walker's not back.
He may be.
He may be
in CGI.
eventually.
Helen Mirren, Charlize Theron. Oh, don't forget, John Cena. Directed by Justin Lin, who's done a bunch of these as well.
John Cena plays the brother to Dominic Toretto. This movie series about family. It's never mentioned his brother before. It's
They're
fine.
estranged, Kent.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why family's so important to him. So we all joked around.
Sure.
About the next Fast and Furious franchise, next movie in the franchise being in space. Cars in space.
Yes, we have.
This one, according to the trailer, comes dang close to space.
Rocket cars.
There's rocket cars, like stratosphere stuff happening with these cars.
Yeah.
There's also...
They'll probably breach the atmosphere in this one.
Probably so.
And then the next movie will be in
There's a severe lack of physics in the trailer as well.
Oh, of course.
In the franchise. Yeah.
But okay, I don't think they understand how magnets work. Because there's a scene where they're like, magnets! And they're like throwing cars around with the just, it's crazy. And I'm like,
So,
that's not
selective
how
magnets.
work.
Remember in F8 or Fate of the Furious,
Furious.
The Rock punched a torpedo.
He kicked it.
He kicked it.
He kicked a torpedo.
So
Please.
it doesn't...
Get your story straight.
Yeah, sorry, Fate and the Furious. This series doesn't need to have good physics.
This is going to be the highest grossing movie of the summer.
I agree.
Without a doubt. This comes out in June 25th.
Boy, they should have stopped at 7.
And this is one where Vin Diesel
Really,
was like,
7 was the stopping point?
This was the one last year when Vin Diesel was like, no, we're doing this movie. I am Groot, and we're going to get this movie out. And it's gonna be
I love how
important."
your Vin Diesel is just Sylvester Stallone.
I was actually trying my hardest not to do Sylvester Stallone. The thing that bugs me about this franchise, and it's just me, but I get so annoyed when they bring back a character, and I'm like, oh, they were in the movie before? I've forgotten them.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Is Helen Mirren really that important of a character that they want to bring her back? And everyone's like, oh, she's back again. Is Charlize Theron that good of a villain where we want to see her again in another movie?
I don't want to
No.
see her in a movie with that haircut.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. And then they're like, now I'm not going to give any big spoilers, but they're like, oh, this character you thought was dead was back. And I'm like, I forgot he was dead, honestly.
Well, they did that with Ana Lucia in like the 5th or 6th one.
Buh.
Ana Lucia from
Yeah,
Lost.
That's Michelle Rodriguez. That's
Oh,
what we
yeah,
refer
that's
to
a
as.
real
Yeah.
name. I forgot.
Yeah. So there you go.
No, you can't have this one in your Hope They Bomb list because we need movies like this now. This is probably what the Oscars were
we
missing.
need better movies than this.
Oh, sure, but this is a big tentpole blockbuster that people will enjoy. It's a straight up popcorn movie that is brainless, yes, but we kind of need in these times that we're in.
You know, when you drive a car for a really long time and the
Sure.
tread gets really low and the guy's like, we got to change your tires. And you're like, I'm good. And you keep running on the tires and they're
Yeah.
getting bald. You can see like the thread and everything. And that's what this franchise is
No,
doing.
that's why you put rocket packs on your car because your tread is so low.
They really should have just kind of put this car in the shop a while ago. And they keep going.
Oh,
and
they never
the
will.
tires are bald. They're as bald as Vin Diesel, Kent.
But it will make, well, I don't know if this one will make the kind of money that previous ones have because
No.
people aren't
No
ready
way.
for the theaters yet.
It'll make a lot relative to what
yeah.
is going on. It's not going to hit the
$1 billion
numbers before.
mark.
I don't know. I think it might.
Maybe overseas.
So I'm thinking this will be pulled out overseas. I think it's going to cross the $1 billion mark.
Really?
I think so.
I'm just hoping for an after credit scene where Angelina Jolie with bleached dreads walks in.
Oh, and Nicolas Cage.
And Nicolas Cage is behind her. And then we cross over to Gone in 60 Seconds.
that would be awesome.
That'd be so good.
Keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
They should really do that. All right, what's your number 4 then?
Oh, yeah. Joel, you want to give your number
Yes.
4?
My number 4 comes out August 27th. It is a Netflix original movie. He's All That.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Sounds familiar.
Is it
based off anything?
is it a remake?
yeah, so He's All That. I just want to give how important this movie is.
Which, for the record, that's not the soccer one with Amanda Bynes, right?
No.
That is He's the Man.
Okay.
Yeah. She's All That was the 1997?
Freddie Prinze Jr.?
1999 romantic comedy of Freddie Prinze Jr. and Rachel Lee Cook.
Oh, Rachel Lee Cook is
But just to give you an idea of how important this movie is,
aggressive. I'm sorry.
it doesn't even have its own Wikipedia page. It is a subsection
Kind of like us.
of she. Yeah. It is a subsection of She's All That in the hold on, let me see here what this section is called.
So they're saying like a slight adaptation,
It's called remake. It's like the bottom of the page, just above the notes and the references section.
and there's no link to an external page.
Nope, it's just this, which I give a movie a little clout if it has its own Wikipedia page, because most movies
you're
do.
you. Yeah.
This one does not. Here's the plot synopsis, in case you didn't know. I'm going to read it just as it's written here.
Okay, I can't wait.
A teenage girl sets out to give a nebbish classmate the ultimate high school makeover, an updated remake of the 1990 film She's All That.
Nebbish?
I don't know what nebbish means.
Is that like a Middle Earth word?
Yeah, pretty much. Look at it a little bit nebbish.
Nebbish.
I mean, that would be the sort of counterpart, the nerdy Lord of the Rings fan.
Yeah. So I looked at the cast for this one, and Addison Rae, who is a TikTok star, plays the popular girl in the movie. Meanwhile, Johnny's son from Cobra Kai plays like the nerdy guy. Is he nerdy or is he just nebbish? I'm not sure.
Nebbish. I'm going to look up nebbish.
He seems like he's pretty well put together, kind of like Rachel Lee Cook was anyways.
Yeah.
She was adorable when she was the nerd.
Adorable. It's
here we
like
go.
you take glasses off and she's good.
Nebbish
Happens to me.
is a word that means a person, especially a man, who is regarded as pitifully ineffectual, timid, or submissive.
Welcome to Nebbish Sale. I'm Zach.
I'm Zach.
I also like how they call this an updated remake.
Yeah.
That's redundant. So She's All That, fine. It had its moment in the 90s. But I don't like remakes, now, unnecessary remakes, I should say. If the movie has a legacy, let it have its legacy. Don't try to remake it. This was a popular one that people knew. Also, I hate gender swaps in the sense that it's a lazy way to update the story where it's like, oh, yeah, we're going crazy. Instead of a boy, it's a girl. Or instead of a girl, it's a boy. Crazy. We're so original.
This movie is made for one reason. I think it's to see if TikTok stars can be actors or actresses.
It's an attempt
Yeah.
at putting them
And I think
in the
it's-
mainstream.
It's
and
cashing
see
in because it's currently
Yes,
popular.
if that can sell.
Yeah. So there you go.
It's a great choice because I don't want to watch this one at all.
Good.
Nope. How about you, Kent? What's your number 4?
All right, this premieres May 28th in theaters and Disney Plus with $30 extra. It's Cruella.
Oh, you mean the Joker?
The Joker, a live-action prequel feature film following a young Cruella de Vil. We've talked about this one a fair amount. There have been a few trailers already as well. This one will be premiering pretty soon. Look, it could be fine. The director is kind of incredible. His name is Craig Gillespie, and he's done I, Tonya, Lars and the Real Girl, Fright Night, like really good filmography. And then he does Cruella, a movie that no one needed.
Honestly, this might be a sleeper hit.
You think
You think?
so?
I do.
Why?
I think it might take itself just seriously enough
Okay.
that it might be a sleeper hit. It's honestly because it's got that Harley Quinn energy.
It does.
It's got that Joker energy.
But it's like kind of like copying it.
yeah. Well, it might
And
be
is that
presenting.
okay?
It might be presenting it to a different audience, though.
And look, I've hated those Disney movies that are like a straight shot for shot, like Lion King, a shot for shot remake when they go for live action. I say
Right.
in quotes.
Right.
And this one is more the Maleficent route.
If they make her
Sorry, Joel. Did I
It's not
just
a great-
triggered
that's-
Joel?
That's not a great route.
if they make her a true villain, if it's a villain origin story, a la
So,
Joker.
But they're not going to.
So what?
Will they?
A little
This
bit more
is
about the
Disney.
plot. So it's Estella is her name in the movie. She grows up being a con artist, and she manages to find her way into the world of the rich and famous. Right? Her work is commissioned by a rock star, and she starts to lose it as she just tries to keep up with everyone else. And it could be like this nice play on madness, but it's also a Disney movie about Cruella de Vil. And I just don't think they're going to go full villain on this one. Yeah, they'll have Dalmatians kind of shy away from her or dogs like not like her at all. And that will be the joke. But to what end?
I get you.
Do we need this movie?
No.
No,
definitely
not at all.
You make a fair point that I don't like the live action
Yeah.
shot for shot remakes. I also don't like villain origin stories because inevitably they're going to show some human element where it's like, oh, they're not really a villain. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should feel bad for them. And I'm like, no, we shouldn't feel bad for Cruella
Yeah.
de Vil.
Although Emma Stone is super capable. Like, she's probably going to really shine.
You still like her, right?
I still like her. I think the La La Land luster will last for a little bit longer. We'll see.
That was great
What is La La
alliteration.
Land luster?
What has she done since?
I
La
think
La Land-
nothing.
The
Yeah.
La La Land Lester will last a little longer.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
It will linger a little longer. So, a fun fact, filming of Cruella was delayed due to Emma Stone dislocating her shoulder at a Spice Girls concert in London, where she fell off her friend's shoulders in June 2019.
Been there.
I wish. I wish. Anyway, so Cruella, which will be on Disney Plus premiere on May 28th.
That's your
All right.
number 4.
So it is coming to theaters, though, as well.
Yes, as well.
Okay. And Kent, also give us your number 3, please.
This one I just barely found out about, and I was already annoyed. This one is premiering on Netflix on June 30th, and it's called America, the Motion Picture.
Ha! The animated one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that on Netflix? They had a video premiering all their summer movies.
Yeah, a little sizzle reel.
Yeah. And so this one showed up, and they're like, is that Channing Tatum as George Washington?
He's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah. So the story of this one is a chainsaw-wielding George Washington teams with the beer-loving bro, Sam Adams, to take down the Brits in a tongue-in-cheek riff on the American Revolution. And this is basically like, remember Sausage Party, how they try to be real funny and dirty about food in a grocery store? This seems like that, but with the American Revolution, and I'm just not there for it.
It feels like if this would have been done 20 years ago.
Right, when comedy was a bigger deal.
Yeah, like around the time of Team America World Police, honestly, where it's kind of like this tongue-in-cheek kind of ha-ha funny.
Or like Hot Shots.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it feels like this is going to be a little more mean-spirited.
It's Avengers in crass animated form, I think. Because that's the thing. All these founding fathers and mothers in this movie, they all have superpowers, and they're all just pretty
They're
dirty.
all built. They're all like bulky, like G.I. Joe type. And mix G.I. Joe with American history.
Right. And it's got like acclaimed equestrian Paul Revere. There's an angry Geronimo, renowned scientist Thomas Edison. Like they're just going for whatever names they can pull from the past to make superheroes, I guess. It is directed by Matt Thompson, who is clever, I think, for cult audiences. So he's done Archer and C-Lab 2021, which I am a huge fan of C-Lab. Well, I was in college anyways when it was really late at night.
That is not surprising to me.
Is it not, or
No,
is it?
It's not surprising to me.
Do you not like C-Lab?
It's fine, but it's definitely one of those Adult Swim kind of things. Where
I love little. I, for some reason, and I wasn't even on any substances back in college, but I really like C-Lab 2021 and like Space Ghost. That was the best time of Adult Swim. Brack Show and everything like that. But it is very like, it has to be 1 a.m. to really appreciate this guy's comedy. And I feel like America the Motion Picture is trying way too hard and will be funny among people who just like kind of stoner movies.
Yeah.
Oh, it's based on art from years ago with like a bear riding.
Yeah.
I love that
Abraham
art.
Lincoln with
That
lasers
art,
that's
coming out
the
of his
joke,
eyes.
right?
That's the
So
funny.
it's entirely based on these ridiculous art.
Yeah, presidents who are warriors.
Ronald Reagan riding a velociraptor.
Yeah.
And sure, we got Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. And maybe that's when this movie should have come out around the same time when those jokes were funny. And now it just seems poorly timed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joel, what's your number 3?
My number 3 comes out in July, and it's a live-action remake of The Little Mermaid.
Wait, what?
That's still on the slate for July.
No.
It's still on the slate for July.
It's on the slate as of now.
I was going to say, still there. It's
Is it
going to
a
get bumped.
Disney live action?
Yes. It is the Disney, directed by Rob Marshall, who did Chicago.
No, there's no way this movie's coming out in July. There's no
way.
trailer or anything.
There's no way, because the thing is, they said they're starting filming right now, and I'm like,
What?
Well, then how's it still got the date?
They
July
cast
9th?
her about 2 years ago.
They did, and she said, I
Nothing
think she
happened,
said
right?
that they were, she being Halle Berry, who's
Yeah.
not Halle Berry, but it looks like Halle Berry.
Yeah.
But you also have Melissa McCarthy as Ursula. You have David Diggs as Sebastian, Jacob Tremblay as Flounder, and Aquafina as Scuttle.
I like one of those castings.
Aquafina's in everything.
David
right now.
Diggs?
Yeah.
And do
Yeah,
you
he's
see
good.
Scuttle, Aquafina as Scuttle being any different than Aquafina as
Anyone else?
Rhea,
The Last Dragon?
What is her name? The dragon.
Show enough.
Yeah, no, that's not.
I had to. You know I had to.
Anyway, here's the plot
Bruce Lee
summary.
Ray. Yeah.
I'm just going to read it as written, okay? We're going to keep making sloppy live-action versions of our classic animated features until you stop paying to see them. With evil love, Disney. So
Well played.
Just as it's
Well
written.
played.
I'm not going to judge. That's just how it's written.
Rob Marshall's
So-
last couple movies are Mary Poppins Returns, Into the Woods, Pirates of the Caribbean, whatever that one was, and like 9.
I like how that's the subtitle to the Pirates movie.
Whatever that one was.
Whatever that one
It
was.
could have been.
Stranger Tides, I think.
So even if this doesn't come out in July, that is the cast list and the director for
Yeah.
this movie, which is being worked on?
It's being worked on right now. They said they started filming, but they said
Wow.
they'll be filming for 3 months. And I'm like, then how's it coming out in July if it's already...
Yeah, they must have kind of just shelved it for a bit and not changed the date because...
They don't
it's-
want to. They don't want to admit that they're going to push it farther.
Yeah, I bet we see this one early 2022.
Yeah,
But I'm curious because usually Disney's more on top of their release dates than this.
and I'm still trying to figure out if it's actually going to be released. But they said July.
regardless of when it's released, I do not want to see this movie.
I want it to bomb because Little Mermaid is the Disney Renaissance movie.
It kicked off the modern era of Disney.
And it stands the test of time. You watch that nowadays, it's still great. What?
The animation doesn't quite hold up.
It's classic Disney.
Yeah,
animation.
but it does. The animation
they're
has
not
not
Aladdin
aged well.
or Beauty and the Beast who are using the cool CGI of the time. This
That
was
also hasn't
hand-drawn.
aged great. But yeah, I all the respect in the world to this movie. There should not be this is where it needs to fall. Mm-hmm. We got to stop these live actions.
This is where we take our stand.
Would you rather see an Ursula movie or see the Little Mermaid be redone like it is?
I wouldn't mind seeing if you go into the backstory of Ursula and Triton and that whole thing. I'd watch that.
I think we all just want to see the Flotsam and Jetsam movie where they become priests.
Reference you when they go to seminary and you're there in holy water. So good.
If you don't know what we're talking about, see our Disney Sidekicks bracket episode.
Yeah, good luck.
But I just Javier Bardem's going to be in this as well. I think he may be King Triton if I remember right.
That would be good.
But I just look at this movie and it just screams to me TV special.
Yeah,
This was if they did do a live action TV special.
Yeah, they did. The musical.
Kind of.
That's
Yeah.
what this feels like. It's like, hey, here's these big names of the time, and they're going to do a movie. Oh, and the Halle Berry, I can't ever say her name right because I keep wanting to say Halle Berry.
right.
She's a musician who has never really acted before.
Oh, that turns out great.
And I just look at those types of things, and I'm like, don't put her as the tent pole if she does. She doesn't have her own Wikipedia page. It's
Not legit.
But it's Chloe X Halle is what her page goes to. They're an R&B duo composed of sisters
I
Chloe and
think I've
Halle
heard of
Berry.
that.
Halle Bailey. Bailey, not Barry. Why did I write Barry?
Because
Yeah, it is
Halle
Bailey.
Berry.
Yeah, I keep saying Halle Berry, and it's Halle Bailey.
I'm so confused right now.
Well, I will say I'm glad they cast someone who can sing. They
Yeah.
haven't done that
Jodie
lately.
Benson can sing.
Oh,
Yeah, they're not going to cast Jodie Benson.
No.
The older mermaid.
By the way, redheads are furious that they're
Oh,
getting
yeah.
they're getting a Disney princess taken away from them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Redheads
I mean-
are kind of being shut out lately.
Poor
Real
redheads.
sad.
Poor-
They
those
get
poor-
real angry about that, as we all know.
They do.
Just fiery temper.
with good reason.
So many stereotypes.
yeah, let's keep throwing some out.
You soulless Kent. How dare you make fun of them?
My word. All right, Joel, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Cruella.
Okay, there we go.
But Kent didn't
Wow,
read
pretty harsh on
Kent
Disney.
didn't read the plot summary I had.
Okay, what do you got?
The one I have here says, she murders puppies and wears their skin, but really she's just misunderstood, and this movie's all about girl power. Please don't tell John Wick.
Actually,
So-
Cruella versus John Wick.
John Wick.
Oh yeah, that'd be the shortest movie ever.
Easy.
I've already kind of talked about this at length, Kent.
Yeah.
But it really does, and I tried not to talk too much, but I really just, it annoys me to no end when they take a villain, a perfectly good villain, and then say, but they had a sad backstory, so we should feel some sympathy for them. And I'm like, no. I didn't like when they did it with Maleficent, who is
Yeah.
one of the greatest Disney villains of all time,
Right.
until Maleficent came out. And now they're doing the same thing with Cruella de Vil, and I'm like, stop. Stop
Like,
making villains sympathetic.
Do you sympathize with Joker in Joker?
Yes.
Do you sympathize
No.
with them,
No.
or do you just kind of watch
more
his
like,
journey?
It's like, oh, that poor guy.
I am going to hold out hope that it's more in that direction, and she's just evil.
Okay, fair
If
point.
she's just evil, I think
I
this will
put-
be a
but they already have a
serviceable
villain in
movie.
Emma Thompson in that movie,
So
right?
it's about overcoming the villain to be the worst villain.
I'd be okay with that.
That would be fine.
See, and fair point, Zach, because I was very hesitant about Joker because I'm like, I don't want a sympathetic Joker story.
Plus, we don't want a backstory for the Joker.
No.
Who needs it?
But then they pulled off the movie in a way that I went, okay, I don't sympathize with him. I pity him.
Yeah, then that works.
Yeah.
If it's a pity party, I'm in.
But Disney, Disney is not Todd Phillips.
No.
Disney
No.
will not allow Cruella.
They pull their punches.
I'm going to say this. Disney will not allow Cruella to kill a puppy or to even wear. I don't know.
No,
if
they're
she-
going to allude to dogs not liking her, and that's about it.
You know how Solo, the Star Wars story, was based on like
Oh, yeah, that movie came out.
that came out like 3 lines from the original trilogy. I feel like Cruella is just based on the one scene of her being crazy driving the car.
Yes.
Like we're going to turn that whole energy into just a whole movie.
It does make you wonder. I don't know if this is addressed in 101 Dalmatians or not, but how Anita the woman? Anita Darling. Yes, I think so. Yeah, how Anita and Cruella, how they were even friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Actually, it's a good call.
so
how are they friends?
And that's a question I don't need answered, but maybe that's what they're basing it on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Interesting.
good choice.
Cruella. There's my number 2.
All right, Kent, what's your number 2?
The Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes out
Really?
August 6th in theaters and HBO Max.
Directed by James Gunn.
Yeah.
But it's DC, Kent.
I hate everything about this movie.
It's DC.
Oh, I'm done with DC. I don't know if you knew that. Zack Snyder's Justice League came out. I'm good because I saw the trailer for this one, and this looks horrible.
Does it mean that you can finally bash on Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice like the rest of us?
No, because that movie's amazing. So the story is supervillains Harley Quinn, Bloodsport, Peacemaker, and a collection of nutty cons at Belle Reve Prison join the super secret, super shady Task Force X as they are blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they fight together, they die together, and that's about the story.
Didn't this come out in 2016, Suicide Squad?
It sure kind of did, if that's the real version. I'd like to see the Ayer cut of that movie.
I'm just saying that like this title sounds exactly the same.
No, this one has a the.
Oh,
That was
it's totally
Suicide
different.
Squad. This one has a the.
When did Suicide Squad come out? Did I even
It was
quote that right?
2016.
We're
was.
definitely not listening to Justin Timberlake. We're adding the.
Yes. Yeah. No, the Facebook.
What's his name? Parker?
Is Sean
Parker.
Sean Parker.
Yeah.
I like strange references to Social Network. But here we go.
It's a great show.
Trent Reznor score.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I know people love James Gunn. I watched
Why
the
do
trailer
they
for this
love
one
James Gunn?
because he tells people to love them.
The
Because
movies,
of Guardians of the Galaxy.
The movies he creates are fun.
Really spotty track record.
Fun.
I like
Really
one
spotty.
James
Super? How
Gunn
super?
movie.
Oh, I hate Super.
Of course you do.
So much.
This guy has made some entertaining movies because Slither's quite fun. Guardians of the Galaxy
I'm thinking Slither and
was a
Guardians.
huge hit.
Yeah. What else has he done?
Not much.
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
The specials. Like he's done movies that no one really cares about. And then in the trailer, he calls himself like from the brilliantly twisted mind of James Gunn.
Do you think he did that, or do you think that they kind of kissed up? In the
He had to prove it.
in the trailer.
It's his
No,
trailer.
he didn't.
You don't think so?
Not at all. I bet you directors have almost no say on their trailers.
I wonder.
It's all studios and third party companies.
Because he was the one that released the trailer.
The third party company, it's like that's the famous story of the other Suicide Squad is the trailer company
That's
made
true.
it a different movie entirely.
yeah.
Because
well,
good for
he
them.
created the first trailer and they created the other ones.
Yeah, and if you look at the first Suicide Squad 2016
different.
trailer, it's a totally
'Cause
different
he has
movie.
footage.
So this one, you look at the trailer and it's these splashy title cards that almost make it feel like a video game. This has Fortnite energy, and it's just
It has Fortnite. You're not wrong on this one.
It's not good.
This one, and I want to keep it family friendly, but if you've seen the Red Band trailer, I'm sorry, but this one is all just crass humor.
Yeah.
Right? And that's kind of the
'Cause
joke
when you-
is like, look what we can say in this R-rated movie.
When you don't have something clever to say, you say something shocking, and people think that's good enough.
Yeah.
Baconsale.
Yeah, that's us for sure. And I'm kind of done with Harley Quinn. Like, why is she the mainstay when Margot Robbie's fantastic?
Margot Robbie, I still like you.
She's a bit inconsistent
Kent may be
in the
against
role.
you, but I'm still for you.
I think the most enjoyable part of this movie is all the deaths. I don't think they'll pull punches. I think they will kill almost every character.
You know, with a cast that big, they've got some fodder to kill off.
Yeah.
Like Nathan Fillion is not
he's
going to make it
gone.
very far in the
Pete
movie.
Davidson.
Oh, he's
Davidson
gone.
is so dead.
We should actually have like a
death pool. A Deadpool?
Yeah, Deadpool for sure. I think King Shark will be really entertaining because it's a giant walking shark that rips people in half.
Yeah, they'll keep him around.
But this movie looks so uninteresting to me that I don't even really care to watch it. I mean, I will because it's on HBO Max and I have it. But that's about it. This isn't a theater movie for me. I think I'll kind of hate it.
Okay.
What's your number one, Kent?
My number one movie is the same movie that Joel has for his number one movie.
You probably so.
Yeah. It's Space Jam, A New Legacy.
No.
Are you okay?
Kent, you mind if I read
Yeah.
the plot synopsis
go for
this?
it.
Okay.
Because it seems like you've been spot on.
I'm just going to read as it says on IMDb. LeBron James continues to play second fiddle to Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time, in this lackluster, half-baked sequel to the lackluster, half-baked Nike ad of the 90s. That's just how it's read.
So,
That's
yeah, clearly.
I'm just reading the
Yeah.
thing here.
You've hated this movie and that previous movie for a long time.
No, because I didn't see Space Jam until I was an adult.
Which is why you hate it.
And I went, I really didn't like that. And then when they said, that was almost right after they said, and then right after they said they were going to make a sequel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? Why would you make a sequel to
let's
this?
ask Zach. Why? Why is it important they make a sequel?
It's not.
Oh, okay. Because you like the original, right?
I saw it came out when I was 6.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I? I was the demographic. I'm allowed to like
You're a
this.
dumb kid. Is that
I
what
was
you're
a
saying?
dumb kid who didn't
Sure.
have taste. But here's the thing. I still grew up with the Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
So I knew I had full context for what was going on. I watched Looney Tunes cartoons. I had seen like the movies and stuff. And I was watching Michael Jordan. And, especially as a kid in Utah, like I hated Michael Jordan.
Yeah. But still, you knew how good he was.
But yeah.
But I'm watching Looney Tunes cartoons with my kids right now, and we're really enjoying the Looney Tunes cartoons. And it's because Looney Tunes cartoons are fun. They're enjoyable. And they're not trying to sell you a product every 5 seconds with sports celebrities who cannot act.
Not at all.
Even I hate Space Jam for the fact that they made Bill Murray not funny.
Was he not funny in the movie?
Not really.
No.
Wayne,
But he showed up. Wayne Knight was there as
Wayne
well.
Knight,
Yeah,
Wayne Newton.
he probably is as well.
Wayne Knight was like the funniest actor in that whole movie.
Oh yeah.
I looked at the cast of this and I'm just like, you know what? I feel bad saying this. Looney Tunes kind of out of the spotlight right now.
So much so that this movie looks more like Ready Player One.
This is a desperate attempt to get them back in the spotlight. And I don't think it's going to succeed.
Well, for example, so the cameos in this movie, we have the Tornado from The Wizard of Oz, Baby Jane, Agent Smith, Space Ghost. The Mask is in here. Tim Burton's Batman characters. Basically,
They're not going to get Jim Carrey, are they?
no, but it is someone that looks similar. Every one of
Jamie
these.
Kennedy.
Oh, that would be. He probably would. Honestly, what else is he doing? But they're
YouTube.
like you said,
Adam
this is
Sandler voiceovers.
Ready Player One, where they're just like, hey, we got nothing else. Everyone's talking about multiverse movies. Let's do a Warner Brothers multiverse.
Oh, by the way, directed by Steven Spielberg.
yeah,
Like
not
that-
this one, but yes.
No, Ready Player One.
This
that
is
one
directed by
worked.
Malcolm D. Lee.
This one, oh, this looks so bad.
I guess this movie would be worth watching, kind of like Ready Player One, because the people in the background, like I mentioned, like Ma Fratelli is there watching these games. Pennywise, the Fury Road Riders, and all that kind of stuff. Like you're like, oh, that's clever. Is
No,
it?
it's not
Hanna-Barbera
clever.
characters.
It's distracting.
It's not clever. It's pander.
It's pander. I mean, but it's nostalgia pander, which wins a lot.
Well, okay, if they have substance to back it up. Because the cool thing about Ready
they
Player
won't.
One is that it was this emotional, everyone coming together moment.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was coming together, and it was be like, oh, they're all together because they're all fighting for one cause. This is a great moment.
Yeah.
If they're just all watching a game, I'm like, that's going to seem stupid and cheap.
Right.
Much like LeBron James.
It's kind of true.
His line readings in the trailer alone are some of the worst I've ever heard.
In fairness, I think that he can't see the script because his ego's in the way.
That's-
he can't read the words.
It's
His
weird. He
ego's
was
too
reading
big.
the lines and kept just falling over.
Yeah. Whoa. No, LeBron.
I do feel bad for Looney Tunes. They've tried to do a Jam franchise for the past 20 years, and they did do Looney Tunes Back in Action with
Brendan Fraser and Jenna Elfman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were trying to do back then Spy Jam with Jackie Chan. They wanted to do Skate Jam with Tony Hawk,
Nice.
Race Jam with Jeff Gordon. None of these movies worked. So they're like, let's just fall back on doing. People really like Space Jam. Let's do Space Jam again. Who's the biggest star?
They should have just gone with Toe Jam and Earl.
I would watch that.
I would watch that.
Definitely the one we want to
This
bomb.
is- I want this
No.
one to flop so hard. I wanted to flop like LeBron James on the court.
Sports reference.
Sports jokes.
And with that, we are done with what we want to bomb. If you're still listening, thank you. Negativity is probably not over, but mostly over.
Yeah,
Because
mostly.
now we're going to move over to the 5 movies that you guys want to see the most, from your 5th to your number 1. We'll end on the movie you want to see the most. But
Yeah.
Joel, let's start with you. What's your 5th pick?
My number 5, most want to see, comes out July, and it's The Forever Purge.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, Joel
No,
jokes.
no.
Joel
Oh,
jokes.
yeah. Oh,
Joel
yeah, I
jokes.
forgot.
I got kid. I got kid.
I was like, have you seen the
no,
other one?
I have not watched a Purge movie since the first Purge
so
movie.
desperate.
And
Oh,
I
yeah,
went-
that's the one worth watching.
I went, oh, that was kind of a creepy horror movie, but I don't want to see any others.
Yeah.
That's dark.
So this one is called The Forever Purge?
The Forever Purge.
Okay.
I don't know why. Because, like, how many Purge movies do we really need, Ken?
Yeah, I like the binge movies more instead of the Purge
Like
movies.
the Surge movies. more.
Yeah.
No, my number 5 pick is actually Samaritan.
Oh, yeah, with Sylvester Stallone, right?
Exactly. So, you remember Hitch, Zach?
Yes.
Do you remember the premise of Hitch?
Came out when he was 6.
Date Doctor Will Smith.
No, well, kind of. So it's kind of like that, but not. This is coming out in June, by the way. So this movie is, I'll read the plot synopsis here. A young boy comes to the realization that a famed superhero who was thought to have gone missing after an epic battle 20 years ago may in fact still be around. So think Mastermind,
Okay.
think Hancock. Did I say Hitch?
You totally
Yeah,
did.
you mentioned Hitch.
I meant Hancock.
Yep.
Hey, same actor.
So Hancock was one where I'm like, I really like that premise. Yeah, I laughed because I'm like, yes, that's another role he played, Zach. Ha ha, you stupid fool. And really, I'm the stupid fool.
Australia.
So,
I hated Hancock.
no, and that's
so much.
But I love the premise of like a superhero who doesn't have it all together. That's
Yeah.
kind of a cool
It's
concept.
just poorly constructed.
And then Mastermind, a superhero who's thought dead but just in hiding.
Right.
And he's actually
Megamind.
the worst.
By Mastermind, you mean Megamind?
Oh my gosh, did I say Mastermind?
Yeah, you did.
Oh my gosh, failing on every level. That's Joel.
It's all right. Samaritan.
Okay. So Samaritan. I'm just going to start over. No, I'm not. I'm just going to keep going.
Okay.
So Samaritan comes out in June, starring Sylvester Stallone. Think Megamind and Hancock. There, I said it right that
Nice.
time. But it just seemed to me like there really isn't a trailer even out there right now.
No.
But just, it's the
A couple
concept.
images and whatnot.
Yeah, a couple
Yeah.
images of Sylvester Stallone. And I always like to root for Sylvester Stallone in movies, not because of he's a great actor, but because I'm like, yeah, you know what? This sounds like it might be interesting.
Yeah.
So this was one of my more hipster picks where I kind of went, not a lot of people know about this. It's still a little far out, but this could be good.
Yeah, I hope so.
So there you go, my number 5.
How about your number 5?
This one's a weird choice, and I had to throw it in almost because I disagree with it, but I'm curious. It's more curiosity than excitement.
Okay.
Spiral.
What?
This is the Saw movie?
Yeah.
This is the Saw movie
With Chris
sequel
Rock?
spin-off sequel?
Yeah, with Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. So, a criminal mastermind unleashes a twisted form of justice in Spiral, the terrifying new chapter from the Book of Saw. Look,
And this is a continuation of the Saw franchise?
I don't know.
How many Saw movies have there been?
There have been 8, and this will be kind of 9. I don't even know if this stands alone because I know they're... Okay, look, Saw...
This is a Hobbs and Shaw situation.
Kind of,
Yeah.
but this is one where they're taking it a little more seriously because Chris Rock is behind it. A lot of the
Because he's known for that.
no, but at the same time, this feels like it could be something better than what Saw has been for the past 6 movies. Because
nobody with any clout has been attached to Saw ever.
But it felt like
Right.
this movie... It felt like this movie had the same kind of...
it's more of a detective story than it is a suffering in a basement story.
Yeah, but it's more like they have the same premise of like, Jigsaw, I thought he was dead. Apparently
Which has been
not.
in every single movie since the third one.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they're doing that.
But I'm curious, though, because the series went every single year. Remember this? It was like
Yeah.
Paranormal Activity. It was every year.
Yeah.
There's a new movie. Obviously,
output.
to declining quality. And
Totally.
the kills were always kind of...
Gruesome.
Yeah, just completely gruesome. But that was maybe the reason to watch it for some people. Whereas now it's been out of the spotlight for so long that I want to see it done well because there's a concept here which 1 and 2 did so well.
1 and
at.
2 are actually interesting if you
Yes.
get past
until
you know,
it got to the
grossness.
torture.
Yes.
Right? Which I think happened in 3.
Yeah, that you get these traps that are just nonsensical.
Right.
Whereas in the
You're
original,
going to die, there's no choice
The original
there.
movie is like, you can sacrifice something and then you'll get out.
I do think this will be more of a noir story, but not that clever, but just like detectives trying to find out who this new killer is.
Chris Rock being serious.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Have we seen that before? I can't think of any role where he's been like a serious role, dramatic role.
Madagascar.
It was Madagascar 2, actually.
Yeah.
It was a very nice arc.
Terrible.
More so it's curiosity because I like my cheesy horror, and there's nothing more cheesy than a Saw sequel. But what if it's good?
It's not gonna be.
It's not going to be, but what if it is?
It's not gonna be.
So that's my number 5.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And your number 4, Kent?
This one is called Those Who Wish Me Dead. And this one comes out on May 14th in theaters and
You're picking
HBO
an
Max.
Angelina Jolie movie?
Yeah, strangely, right?
Is she directing it, yeah?
No.
That's on my honorable
Oh,
mentions.
no, she's just in it?
So this one
in
is directed by Taylor Sheridan, who he's the director of Wind River and Yellowstone, the TV show, and the writer of Hell or High Water as well.
Tyler Sheridan, an
Taylor
actor?
Sheridan. Yeah, he's an actor as well.
Tyler Sheridan. Tyler Sheridan is in Ready Player One.
That's Ty Sheridan.
Oh.
Yeah. So Taylor Sheridan is an amazing writer and kind of a new director. Like, Zach, I don't know if you've seen Wind River. It's
no.
phenomenal.
Heavy.
Very heavy.
Very good, but very heavy.
And I think this will be another heavy movie with more kind of a almost like a cheesy like hitman chasing
Yes.
people in a, and here's the story. A teenage murder witness finds himself pursued by twin assassins in the Montana wilderness with a survival expert tasked with protecting him and a forest fire threatening to consume them all. So this is being pursued by killers as a fire is happening.
Right. So I'm not a big fan of Angelina Jolie's movies.
Neither.
But when I watched this trailer, I went, ooh, that seems like a very big predicament because
Yeah.
she's trying to protect this boy. They're hiding out in the forest, and the bad guys are like, burn him out, and they start a forest fire,
Yeah.
which she's obligated to put out.
Right.
But she's also trying to protect this boy and can't make herself known.
And to see good actors as these assassins like Nicholas Hoult and Aidan Gillen, two perfect people to play like I don't want to like them at all. Also, John Bernthal's in here. He's been in a lot of other Taylor Sheridan movies.
Is he ever not going to be a bad guy in movies?
I think he's good in this one. Maybe.
What? No.
Maybe.
No, you see him on the screen, you know he's a... You saw,
Or he'll show up for
you saw
5
him in The
minutes.
Walking Dead. You saw him in Wind River.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's
he
not
was
a good
in
guy.
Wind River. He's a good character.
I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, don't say anything.
I can't say anything.
He's also a writer in Sicario.
Oh, Taylor Sheridan?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is amazingly talented. I haven't actually seen Yellowstone, but I hear it's good.
It's beautiful this time of year.
Oh, is it? With those fake geysers.
They're real.
It's a myth.
You're a myth.
Aw, did you myth me?
I myth you.
Oh, stop, Muppets.
Had to. But Those Who Wish Me Dead is my hipster pick on this one, just because I think based on the writing and directing, it's going to feel different. And I don't love Angelina Jolie, but hey, I'm down.
She hasn't done
So
something
you've
in a
both
while.
written off Angelina Jolie and Margot Robbie in this episode. I want to point that
So
out.
we're clear.
And I've loved on Adam Sandler.
Who are you?
I don't even know.
That's crazy.
Let's move over to Joel's number 4.
My number 4 is obviously Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaway.
Joel jokes.
So, in all fairness, I actually did enjoy the first Peter Rabbit movie.
Oh, did you?
Did you? Wasn't that James Corden?
Yeah.
Is it because Domhnall Gleeson's in it?
It's because Rose Byrne's in it.
Oh, yeah.
And
oh,
Domhnall
yeah.
Gleeson. And Margot Robbie's in this one.
That's true.
As a voice
I
of
love her,
bunny.
I promise.
No, you don't.
Sorry.
My real pick is old, and I've talked about it before. Comes out in July. This is M. Night Shyamalan's next movie. But I now have details. I have a plot summary about this movie. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Because if you don't want to know anything about M. Night Shyamalan movies and want to go in with both ears plugged and not know anything about the movie, that's fine. I'm just going to give a brief IMDb synopsis that kind of tells the basis of the movie. I'm warning you now. 5, 6, 7, 8. A family on a tropical holiday discovered that the secluded beach where they're relaxing for a few hours is somehow causing them to age rapidly, reducing their entire lives into a single day. Which sounds to me like a Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of got that. Like when I saw the trailer, it didn't tell you a lot, but it kind of alluded to this. So I kind of thought that. And then when I read it, I'm like, okay, good. I was right. But I just thought, hey, that's an interesting concept. And like I said, I'm in an abusive relationship with M. Night Shyamalan, where every single time I'm like, oh, he's gonna make a great movie again. Here we go.
No, back in the day with Last Airbender, for example,
Ugh, why?
you knew that, and After Earth and whatnot, you knew that you were going to get bad movies, but then something happened after the visit where it's like, okay, I'm
We're
back
coming
to being
back.
excited.
Yeah. And so once again, I'm like, it could be terrible. It could have a terrible ending, like Glass. But it could also be a good, like, standalone.
Yeah, almost like it's a really good short story idea.
Yeah.
In fact, this one is based off of I think it's a graphic novel.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so it's his second adaptation following The Last Airbender.
Oh, this is going to be good.
No.
Well, sometimes his original ideas aren't very good either.
Yeah.
That's
and
very true.
Yeah, it stars a lot of people you probably don't know. That's what M. Night Shyamalan does.
Try me.
How about Alex Wolff?
Oh, no.
Thomas and Mackenzie?
And Beth Davids. You know Thomas and Mackenzie.
I do.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
Gael Garcia Bernal?
Bless you.
Rufus Sewell?
Yeah, hey, he's in Knight's Tale.
He is, actually.
Yeah.
Well done, see?
Kathleen Chalfant.
You what?
No. Okay.
Is that
Anyway,
the thing they put on cakes?
Yes, it is.
And that's just it. Joel, this is a high concept movie that could just be entertaining to watch a few times and might help his filmography a little bit, just based on the fact that it feels like the Twilight
I
Zone.
don't think it can hurt his filmography,
Right.
to be honest.
Yeah.
At this point.
Nothing really can.
Yeah. All right. Ready for my number 3?
Let's
To
do it.
number 3.
My number 3 is The Kissing Booth 3.
No.
Word.
This comes out in August. It's the third movie in the franchise. I haven't
Can't
seen the
believe-
first 2, but this one looks like it might be
I've
awesome.
seen the trailer on Netflix for some reason.
I watch YouTube videos describing the first 2 movies, and I almost want to watch them to punish myself, but I
Say
can't.
it for Kent Miss.
Oh, ugh.
No, my number 3 is directed by Peter Jackson, and it's The Beatles Get Back.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So this is a documentary, and it stars Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, John Lennon, and George Harrison. But I'll read the plot summary here. This is a documentary about the music group The Beatles, featuring in-studio footage that was shot in early 1969 for the 1970 feature film Let It Be.
Okay.
And
Wait, so it's all just from one aspect of their career?
I think there will be other stuff.
Okay.
But I think it's kind of this unreleased footage that's kind of the cool thing about it. And you watch it, it's
Weird.
really fun to see the Beatles kind of riffing with each other and talking and having a good time. Because I don't know, you kind of forget that they were boys when they first started out.
Yeah.
Well, this is kind of the same angle that Peter Jackson took with They Shall Not Grow Old.
Yeah.
His World War I documentary where it was like,
Yeah.
hey, these guys were people.
Yeah.
And so I think it'll be very successful because of that.
I'm always looking for a good documentary. I love the Beatles. I think their music is fantastic. But I also...
You have said multiple times they're overrated. Go on.
I never said that.
Joel said that. Joel said that.
You said that you both said that they were
I
overrated.
think I
No,
said that
no,
once.
you said
no,
albums
no.
were overrated.
Oh, no, the White Album. is
Oh,
overrated.
White Album is
Okay.
overrated.
Yes, but no, the Beatles never. They're rated.
Revolver. We like Revolver.
Yes.
Is that okay? Yeah.
Yeah. Save it for our Beatles show.
Yeah. There
That's
we go.
never happening.
It's happening.
It's a big
Noah.
show.
We did the Beach Boys. We can do the Beatles. Anyway, the Beatles have fallen out of favor with younger audiences.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm hoping that this can bring them back and get them the respect that they deserve, dang it.
We need like the anthology series from 1994. Remember that?
Yeah, I own
that really
those.
reinvigorated like the love for the Beatles.
I have Free as a Bird and Real Love.
Oh, yeah. Good songs.
I really do enjoy those.
Yeah.
Playlist.
I don't think that the Beatles are going to get popular again until they, I don't know, have some sample in a Post Malone song. And kids will be like, "Oh, those Beatles, they're pretty good."
Please, no.
Just saying. Kent?
My number 3 has been discussed because clearly I jumped in on Joel's choice. It's old.
Yeah. And when you look down at your screen, we're reading stuff. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, it's one of his picks.
I can't not include M. Night Shyamalan. And once again, it's almost a spiral pick because it's curiosity.
Sure.
I just have to know what he's up to, even if I'm going to be massively
You know, curiosity
disappointed.
to the cat, right?
It's
Kent?
not good. And Shyamalan has almost taken up 9 lives with his feature films.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, this one is looks so interesting because it's also not in his, I would say his comfort zone of Philadelphia, because that's where he's always filming his movies.
Philadelphia.
West Philadelphia,
Born
actually.
and raised.
There we go.
I was doing Bruce Springsteen.
But this is Shyamalan going for it's one of his brightest movies for sure because it's all taking place on the beach, but it's going to be really, I think, really dour. Like I think with them aging so quick, it's going to be pretty miserable. Especially with you're at the beach with your family and your kids are aging right in front of your eyes.
Creepy.
Yeah, it's
like
real
WandaVision.
Who's in this movie?
Yeah, we've been there. My number 2 hipster choice. It's called The Green Knight.
Okay. I
Yes.
watched the trailer for this.
Yeah.
Made no sense to me.
It sure doesn't.
No sense. It was the guy from Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah, Dev Patel.
Yes. And I went, oh, I know him. And then I watched the trailer and I went, I don't know what this is about. So I couldn't put it on my list. And this is your number 2?
My number 2. I've been waiting for this
Why?
one because I like movies like The Lighthouse and The Witch. And this seems like the same. The Witch. This seems like not terrifying, but it seems like the same sort of feel. This is directed by David Lowery, who did A Ghost Story. Remember the Casey Affleck in a Sheep movie?
Yeah, that was interesting.
Moody beyond belief.
That's totally a Sundance movie.
Yeah, and this one feels like a, A24, the studio that brings out all these weird movies like First Cow. This is definitely like an A24 type movie.
Wasn't First Cow the one with Katie Holmes?
No? Wait, what's the Katie Holmes movie?
His First Daughter, I think, or something like that. It's like a sequel to that one, right?
It's The President's Cow.
Yeah.
So this one is a fantasy
that.
retelling of the medieval story of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight.
It said that was the synopsis, and I went, I don't know that story.
So it is a story, and I've seen maybe too many nerdy BBC shows about King Arthur and his Knights of the Round, basically. And so Gawain is his nephew. There's the Green Knight, who is a very
Environmental friendly knight.
Yeah, totally, right? A powerful, sometimes seen as supernatural presence that Gawain wants to defeat. It's almost like his coming of age, rite of passage sort of thing.
Is Gawain's friend that rides with him Gawarth?
I knew it.
Yeah.
Well done.
Party on Gawain.
Party on Gawarth. We didn't even set that up either. No. Game on. So this one, just because of the mood that trailer brings, and the posters are cool. I think Dev Patel is such a great actor that
He is.
I think this movie
really like
won't
him in Lion.
won't make much sense. But like in this, he fights like he's trying to prove his worth, and he fights ghosts, giants. I mean, all sorts of supernatural creatures,
Yeah, there's a lot
obviously
of stuff in the
corrupt men
trailer.
and stuff like that. I'm very excited, and I know it's a total hipster choice, but I don't know. This
If
one
you
has
understand the movie after you watch it, let me know.
this one has potential to be one of my favorites of the year. I think based on
Okay.
how excited I am of it.
How can you be
Buy
excited
it.
about something you know nothing about?
It's still that's what captivates me. I think it's the mystery.
Joel, what's your next movie?
Shouldn't be a surprise because I talked about it multiple times before on Baconsale. I'm still excited for Spirit Untamed. It's the sequel
finally.
to Spirit, the Cimarron story, whatever the DreamWorks one was.
So Spirit then became like a Netflix series.
Yeah, they've had a whole spin-off thing.
And I think this one is probably based more off of that.
Yeah.
But it's still a sequel of sorts. Who cares?
Stop giving
who
so much
cares?
time to a Joel
I
joke.
know, yeah.
Because it's a Quiet Place Part 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you.
Directed by John Krasinski. Now, wait, number 2. Number 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this used to be my number 1, but it's been pushed back so many times that I'm like, No,
No, it's
I'm still excited about it.
It's one to watch. In fact, I left this off my list just because I knew you'd bring it up.
And it is-
It's one I'm going to be stoked to watch.
This is a prequel to A Quiet Place where you kind of see where...
prequel sequel.
Prequel sequel.
Yeah.
Yes, where it shows kind of how the events started and where they're going. In addition to Emily Blunt and flashbacks from John Krasinski, it's also got Cillian Murphy and I'm not going to say his name right, Djimon
Hunsu?
Yeah, Djimon Hunsu.
Yeah,
Digimon.
Yes.
I'm sorry. But I think it could be good. I didn't want a sequel because I thought
We
A
didn't
Quiet
need
Place
it.
ended well, where
Yeah.
it was like, it gives you that Matrix type ending, and says anything is possible. Just fill in the gaps on your own. And now
Could
we're
a
gonna
bad part 2 ruin part 1 for you? Could it taint the experience?
No, I mean, if they made a Matrix sequel, I don't think it would have.
They never did, right?
No, I don't think it would. So
Yeah.
Matrix is good.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it could still be good. I think it's still going to give us a few frights, and I hope to see this one in theaters because I didn't get to see A Quiet Place in theaters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And
When
so-
does this come out again?
This comes out May 28th.
Oh, wow.
According to
What?
this, it was supposed to come out last
Well,
year.
it's
If you remember.
done.
It was done.
Yeah, that's so soon, though.
I know, but
I'm excited.
It's a fantastic theater experience because it was truly nobody even wanted to like reach into their popcorn or anything.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
so quiet.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my number 2.
That's a great choice.
Some honorable mentions.
Yeah, let's do it.
Honorable mentions. I'll jump into these real quick. I actually did put down Mainstream because it looked interesting. That's the one about
Yeah.
the YouTuber
Andrew Garfield.
fake life kind of thing.
It looks bizarre. Might be cool.
Free Guy does appeal to me because Ryan Reynolds, I think, is charismatic. The Woman in the Window, we talked about that one with Amy Adams. She's a agoraphobe who thinks she sees a murder.
Kind of Rear Window-esque.
Yeah.
Riders of Justice looked interesting
What?
to me.
The Owls of Ga'Hoole?
Yeah. What is this Writers of Justice?
No, it's what is his name? Mads Mikkelsen, is that his name?
Oh, yeah.
He's awesome.
So he's this.
I like how I just agreed. That's his name.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's his name.
That's a name.
This is a
Bloody Eye. He
From
plays Bloody Eye.
Casino
Yeah, it is
Royale.
Mads. I just
Hannibal.
Mads Mikkelsen. It's a revenge tale about this guy who kind of his wife gets killed in an accident, but it turns out it's not an accident. So then he goes and hunts him down. But these help of it almost looked like this weird comedy. So I don't know. Look up the trailer.
Is it a Western?
It's a foreign movie.
Okay.
I like how that's my answer.
Yeah.
Flashback has Dylan O'Brien in it. And
I like Dylan O'Brien.
it is, and that one that was right after I watched Love and Monsters, and so I went, "This looks kind of interesting."
Okay.
See what else here? The Suicide Squad I did put on there, Kent, just because it was the thing where I saw all those people thrown up as fodder, and I'm like, I want to see that to see who dies.
Okay.
Curious.
The Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt, where they
A Netflix movie, I think,
they
right?
pull people from the past to fight in the future war with aliens. So
yeah.
they go back
like
in time and
soldiers
grab great
from
soldiers.
wars past,
Yeah,
right?
and so I saw that one. It's just a teaser, is all I got so far.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually put this on there before I even saw the teaser because I'm like, that's an interesting premise.
interesting.
And I actually did have Those That Wish Me Dead on the honorable mentions. As
Okay.
well.
Okay.
So I have Wrath of Man, which is a Guy Ritchie movie I didn't even know was coming out. This is Jason Statham. Mm-hmm. So this comes out May 7th. So
Okay.
really, really soon. Quiet Place 2, obviously. Don't Breathe 2, which they say comes out in August, but there's been no trailer or no real news.
It's only called like Don't Breathe sequel, which
Yeah.
Don't Breathe was a terrifying horror
Yeah.
movie. Like I did not expect that one to go where it went.
Right. And so this one is basically like the old man is in a cabin and something else happens. Unlikely thieves try to break in again.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it once. I think the suspense worked so well, and I think we could leave it there, but I'm curious to see what happens. Stephen Lang was so good in that first one.
Maybe they should do it again, but less gross.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's the scene.
A little less well, Clear Play.
Yeah.
Wasn't as gross.
That's true.
That's a good
Can't-
idea.
Can't describe to me in great detail why it was gross.
You're welcome. So, and then my last one is Conjuring the Devil Made Me Do It.
Terrible title.
Yeah. The reason I didn't put this one on my top 5 list is because it's not James Wan directing anymore. Not a lot of the same creative people. It's kind of like what Insidious did. Because I kind of like, number 1 is good. Number 2, less good, still okay.
Of Insidious?
Of
or
Insidious.
Okay, yeah.
And then it just becomes this other series that isn't good quality.
The Conjuring was one of the most terrifying movies I'd seen since The Ring.
Right.
And then I watched The Conjuring 2, and I'm like, that was pretty scary, too. It was diminishing returns, and
Yes.
I'm worried this third one, which I don't like the title.
Yeah.
It's just dumb. And like you said...
And a
not
lot of
the
it
same people.
is it's based around a court case where a guy murders his family and he's saying I was possessed. And I'm like, I get it. And I know that the Warrens will be terrorized by demons and stuff on the outside, but court case movies it's not my genre. I don't really like
But
them.
a haunted court case movie?
Yeah,
Don't you
like-
remember Ghostbusters 2?
Well, there was the one with Superman, the court case movie.
Was Superman?
Batman v Superman.
Oh,
Dawn of Justice.
gosh.
dad jokes.
There you go.
The reason I think the Conjuring movies succeed is because you have these horrifying things happen, but you have the core,
Yes.
the heart of the Warrens.
The Warrens are so lovable.
They're so lovable and so uplifting that you're like, it's going to be okay because they're there.
And I think seeing Patrick Wilson, Vera Farmiga in a movie like this will be great. I just don't think the story will be good. I think the scares from what I saw of the trailer, it just looks like the
Hands
CG.
jumping out.
Yeah, exactly. CG scares, whereas like the first Conjuring, the scares in that one, so good.
Yeah.
And lastly, just as a recommendation, Coda, the movie I saw at Sundance, one of my
you
favorite of
really
the year,
like that one.
comes out in August, late August.
Okay.
So Coda is one to watch.
Okay.
All right.
PG-13.
Yeah, keep me updated when that one
Yeah.
comes out. Because if it's on HBO Max or Netflix or Amazon, I can probably get it edited
all
pretty
the
easily.
streaming sources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Joel, after your wonderful honorable mentions, we're going to get your number one movie. What do you got?
My number one pick is Hotel Transylvania Transformation.
Come on.
You would.
No, this is my number one, and it replaced
Quiet
Place 2. It's because of the trailer, and this is a Netflix original. It's directed by Zack Snyder. It's Army of the Dead.
That's my number one, too.
I knew it would be.
Yeah. How could it not be my number one? It's a
even
Zack
think
Snyder
about it.
movie.
I'm excited. Well, I should have guessed that.
Yeah, of course.
But the thing is, Army of the Dead. So I don't like. I like Night of the Living Dead, the original Night of the Living Dead.
Right.
And then George Romero made a bunch of sequels that I did not really like.
Nope, they're not good.
And then Zack Snyder made Dawn of the Dead.
Right. A remake of George Romero's movie.
Romero.
Yes.
And it was fantastic. One of my favorite zombie movies of all time. I did have this dumb moment, this dumb blonde moment, I'll say, because, I used to be blonde. I still
still
consider
kind of
myself
blonde,
blonde.
yeah.
On my driver's license, it still says blonde.
That's facts.
I had this moment when I was watching the trailer, and it's like directed by Zack Snyder. It was a zombie movie. I'm like,
You're
Zack
like,
Snyder doing a zombie movie?
Isn't this beneath him?
And I went, oh, of course, Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Plot summary. A group of mercenaries plot a heist on a Las Vegas casino during a zombie outbreak.
Which, why are we watching a movie like this? Like, does this matter at all?
I've never seen a heist movie with zombies. And that interests me.
With the lead is Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
That's the only part that I'm like,
And Tig Notaro.
Yeah.
Tig, I'm in.
She's on the, they actually added her after the fact because
Did
they
they?
filmed this movie. It's kind of like a Dirty Dozen sort of thing, almost a Suicide Squad thing where many will die. And so they have this crew of mercenaries breaking in. They filmed it with Chris D'Elia, who is this comedian, and he got in a lot of hot water with some things he did.
He's the worst.
And so they digitally removed him and put Tig Notaro in after the fact in the middle of the pandemic
Which
and
Tig
everything.
Notaro is genuinely funny.
She is,
And
yeah.
so when I saw her coming out, like looking all cool, I was like,
That works.
I'm okay with
Nice.
that.
Yeah.
Also, Garrett Dillahunt, which I really like him in
Right.
Raising Hope. He was funny in
Have
that
you
too.
seen Sarah Connor Chronicles?
No.
I love saying that title. He's really good as the Terminator.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
You should watch it.
But yeah, this is one. Can you? This is a Zack Snyder movie. You
This
go ahead and
is,
gush.
you know how Nolan made Tenet last year and it was so Nolan-esque? Like it lives or dies on the fact that it is a straight up Christopher Nolan movie because it feels like it needs to be overly complex. This is that for Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
He's the cinematographer, the writer, and the director. And when this might be bad, he's only going to have himself to blame. There's no studio jumping in saying, we need to fix your movie. Netflix gave him money, I think $90 million, and said, make whatever movie you want.
I think even if this is bad, there's still going to be good stuff in it. Because you get like
That's his entire filmography.
Yeah, good call.
but I mean, you get like
Sucker Punch?
no.
Cool.
Resident Evil, the Resident Evil franchise.
Oh, okay.
Where they are
cool stuff.
Not a
in
Zack
those.
Snyder series.
No, that's not.
Yeah.
It's a zombie series.
Yeah.
With post-apocalyptic zombies, and so
Right.
that's what I'm comparing it to.
And Mia Jovovich.
Yes,
Yes.
because the first one pretty good.
Yeah.
and then the rest of them are kind of terrible. But in almost every one, there's a part where I'm like, "Whoa, that
Yeah.
was fun." And I think this will at least have a couple of "whoa, that was fun" moments.
I think, visually, I think the soundtrack will be pretty fun the way it plays together. I think the smart zombie thing may be the downfall of the movie.
If they're too smart, it will pull me out.
Yeah.
Although I liked iZombie,
Okay.
so high functioning
true.
zombies a thing that I'm apparently okay
Is
with.
that a problem with your expectations, or will it be a true problem with the movie?
We'll
It's just
see.
messing with your own expectations.
Yeah.
the
that
problem
could be
is
it.
the problem is if you make the zombies too smart, why are they zombies at all? You know what I mean? It's like the whole point of the zombies is that they're unstoppable.
Like it
but
removes
they're
it from
also
the canon. Like, do they crave human flesh, or are they just...
It's kind of a Twilight situation where they change the formula too much, and all of a sudden your brain starts going, well,
Are they
wait,
demons? Are they
this doesn't work.
zombies? Yeah.
See, I think that you're putting too much responsibility on the zombies.
We care too much.
Yes.
Wait, we're giving them too much responsibility?
They need to be whatever they need to be.
No, they need to clean their room, make their bed, and do dishes before they can play. That's what the zombies need to do.
I feel like this, because based on the trailer, they're like, it's a really easy job. Just go in and break into this vault and get this money or whatever. And it's like, easiest job you've ever done. I am excited to see how it's going to fall apart.
Now, Kent, last time we talked about this movie, you were so, I don't know if it was on a Bacon Bit or
it was Bacon Bit, yeah.
Bacon Bit, which you can find at patreon.com/baconsale.
There we go.
Only $3 a month. But
That's my line.
You kind of downplayed immediately the idea that this was any sort of sequel to Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
But
Because it's not.
How do you know? How do you know this isn't just down the road a ways with a totally different group of people in the same world?
I'm okay with that. I just think canonically it won't be tied.
But what if Sarah
Polly.
Yeah. What if she shows up in this movie?
I'd be totally down. That
As
would be really cool.
She has the
Though we
apocalyptic
saw
hair.
what happened in the end credits of that movie.
Did we see it or did we not see it?
We kind of didn't see it, but it alluded.
Exactly. Someone could still. Well, spoiler alert for Dawn of the
I
Dead.
have no clue what you guys are talking about,
Have
but
you
it's
seen Dawn of the
adorable
Dead?
how much you like it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Dawn of the Dead? This
No.
Zack Snyder one? Oh,
No.
it's so much fun.
Okay.
So much fun.
And granted, Zack Snyder doesn't have like a great writer because as much as I don't like his movies, James Gunn did write Dawn of the Dead. He doesn't really have a great writer to fall back on for Army of the Dead.
Did he write this one all by himself?
Yeah. Oh, no, with someone else. He and someone else wrote the screenplay. So
As long as it wasn't Chris Terrio.
hey, he's good when you don't edit his stuff.
True. Okay.
So, but look, it's going to be fun to watch. This one is released on May 21st, so really, really soon on Netflix.
And I'll be watching it a couple weeks later when
I'll watch
ClearPlay
it right
finally
away.
gets
Does
it.
ClearPlay take a while for Netflix movies?
No, well, it depends on the movie. But
Okay.
Netflix, they're usually pretty quick on.
Yeah. I'm excited because Netflix has been hyping up their year of movies, how they're having a new movie every week.
Yeah.
And this is one that I'm actually like, oh, I will watch that. Please promote it correctly because Netflix, you're horrible at this.
I haven't watched a single one of these new Netflix movies.
Yeah, there's Stowaway, which just came out that I kind of want to watch.
What?
But I know.
Yeah. By the way, it's co-written. I just looked it up with someone named Shay Hatton.
Okay.
Oh.
Who wrote John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum.
Horrible title, but fun movie.
I'm worried this might be too serious, but the trailer looked fun.
Yeah.
But was Zack Snyder writing and this other person writing that did that
We'll
movie?
see.
It's going to be overly serious and have amazing visuals.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm
'Cause
already...
even the trailer, it looks so, you can tell he's just flexing
And I think
all over this.
That's kind of the point. I think after just the humdrum downer year, maybe it's just the Oscars in my head, but just downer year we had last year of movies, I wanted something fun. I
A
wanted something
fast-paced
big.
zombie movie would be it.
Yeah. And
Right.
I think on a big enough television screen, you're going to have a lot of fun with this movie because it is a big movie. Because this one is not being released in theaters as far
No.
as I know. So you're going to have to watch it at home.
if you guys wanted fun, then why didn't you pick In the Heights?
Oh, In the Heights is also coming out this
You
year.
want to know why, Zach?
Why?
I'll tell you why I didn't pick In the Heights. Because I don't know enough about it.
Oh, okay. I think it's really good. You'll like it.
Of the 3 songs I've heard,
Yeah.
really good.
I know nothing about the play. I
Zach,
know
tell us
nothing
about
the
it.
movie.
In the Heights is from Lin-Manuel Miranda before he wrote Hamilton.
So before he wrote Hamilton,
He did
In the Heights.
years before. It won the Tony, so like the Oscar equivalent. It
But
won
it
the Tony that year for Best Musical.
but it didn't get enough. It didn't get the buzz that Hamilton got.
It was very, very popular at the time. It just didn't get the mainstream buzz. It got the buzz within the community, and it has very good songs. Lin-Manuel himself is in the movie.
What's the premise of In the Heights?
It's basically a story of immigrants in Washington Heights in New York and their kind of struggles living through the city.
Is it a love story?
There's love in it.
Okay.
Is
Is
the-
love in it?
Can you see the fingerprint or can you hear the fingerprint of Lin-Manuel Miranda on the lyrics? On the music?
100%.
Okay.
He
Was it more
Lin-Manuel-
Moana or more Hamilton?
More Hamilton. The opening number is particularly strong, which is featured in the trailer that I've seen.
Yeah.
But the opening number in the Heights, it really gets you in the groove of the whole movie.
I liked the way it looked from the trailer.
Yes.
It reminded me of Another Day of Sun. The way it was like super bright and catchy.
It's directed by what's his name, John Chu, who did
Oh, yeah.
Crazy Rich Asians, and then it's starring. Oh my gosh, I forgot his name, but he's in Hamilton. He was
Yeah.
one of the bros in Hamilton. I can't remember his
He
name.
plays the
off the top of
son
my head.
and
Yeah, he plays the son.
yeah.
And Lawrence.
Yes,
Anyway,
Lawrence.
it's my most anticipated movie because
Are
I'm
you
a
more
nerd.
excited for In the Heights or Steven Spielberg's West Side Story?
We'll talk about that on our fall preview show.
Oh. All right. And that one's coming out on HBO Max as well. right?
HBO Max is
And theaters.
as well as
Yeah.
theaters.
Yeah.
But I'll probably watch it on HBO Max because thanks, Kent.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, and I have no problem with that movie. I just didn't know enough about it to put it on any list.
Yeah.
And give it the justice. it
It, it may not be great,
put down the
but
knife.
it
I'm
will
okay.
be. It's okay. It's fine.
I bet it's the sleeper hit of the year.
It'll be popular. I bet it'll make some money. A lot of people will stream it though.
How crazy that movie was meant to come out before Hamilton, because Hamilton was meant to come out later this year.
summer.
Yeah.
This coming
And
summer.
so In the Heights was meant to be last year. So it was meant to be like the preface before Hamilton.
You guys, what if it's musicals that saves the theater industry?
I'd be okay with that.
Like the people go there to see musicals. Like musicals make a comeback. We start making a lot more of those.
Yeah.
They have been.
I mean,
making,
Dear Evan Hansen is coming out soon too.
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah.
And Wicked?
Maybe the movie will be good.
No, it probably won't be.
No.
Well, when is the musical movie ever good?
We'll talk about another show.
Okay.
Oh, good point.
Well, thank you for sharing, gentlemen. I have learned a lot about movies that I didn't know about.
So we wanted to thank you for listening to this, and we hope we helped you realize that there are movies coming out this summer.
Unless they're delayed.
Unless they're delayed, unless they're pushed back.
But yeah, we want to know which ones you're excited for and
Yeah.
which ones you really don't care to see.
Let us know on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Yeah, which ones you want to see bomb and which ones you want to see succeed. Because
Exactly.
maybe we missed some of your favorites. But before we go, we'd like to thank some patrons, including Sweet Bottom Cakes, Jessica Drought, Sean Sanquist, Plot Twist Media, Lady Terry A. Finlay, Just Plain Old Kyler, Jennifer Kokowski, Glow Clendaniel, Braden Winterton, Babs, Allison Gall, Alicia Bass, Adrian Gray, and Adam and Rachel Crump. And then we have the Bacon Council, which includes The Shadow, Stephen Ross, Ryan and Marley Farron, our favorite couple, the Madsons, Nicole D. Kale, Go Knights Go, Mats, I'm just going to say Mats because I don't say Mats, you say Mats.
Yeah, I say Mats because we're not friends.
Chris Anderson, Her Royal Highness Jessica Terry, and Reverse Listener. Thank you, patrons.
Yeah, thank you.
And even if we didn't say your name, we appreciate you listening to Baconsale. We really do. Thank you so much. But if you want to find me, you can find me at 76Joel on Twitter. You can find me performing with QuickWits. They're performing for free online on Facebook at 9 p.m. on Saturdays. For more details, go to qwcomedy.com or go to the QuickWits Facebook page.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. It's at Kenny3DD. You can read my movie reviews at ShowtimeShowdown.com.
If you'd like to connect with me, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram at Tumbling Mustard. But more importantly, make sure you're following Baconsale. Go to Facebook and like the Baconsale page, and then head to Instagram where you can go at Baconsale as well as Twitter at Baconsale. And then while you're doing that, stop by tpublic.com/Baconsale to get yourself some fun merch and rep Baconsale. We love it when people become billboards for the show.
It's kind of cool.
You'll wear it and people will ask, "Are you selling bacon?" It's
Basically.
happened to me a lot. And then if you'd like to support the show further, as has been pitched multiple times already in this episode, thank you, Joel. You can go to patreon.com/Baconsale where support starts at just $3 a month. You can get fun, extra content, but mostly the bacon bits, which is where we just have a bunch of fun.
So until next time, stay nebbish, gentlemen. Back in the saddle again.
Australia.
Adam Sandler's got something better to do. What?
I don't want to
No.
see her in a movie with that haircut.
The tires are bald. They're as bald as Vin Diesel, Kent. It doesn't even have its own Wikipedia page. It is a subsection.
Kind of like us.
I would walk 500 miles a day. I would walk 500 miles.
When I'm lonely.
Is that like a Middle Earth word?
Yeah, pretty much. A little bit nebbish.
Nebbish. Is he nerdy or is he just nebbish? I'm not sure.
Nebbish. What did you call it, you jerk?
Welcome to Nebbish Sale. I'm Zach.
Joel, please stop picking on me. Stop it.
Morse code.
A barber's favorite basketball team is the Clippers.
Sports talk. That's not a sports joke. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm... Ladies. Battleground.
No.
I think the La La Land luster will last for a little bit longer.
Rare. Medium rare. Medium. Well done. You were my brother, Anakin.
I think we all just want to see the Flotsam and Jetsam movie where they become priests. She doesn't have her own Wikipedia page.
This has Fortnite energy.
Space Jam, A New Legacy.
No. It came out when I was 6.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I? I was the demographic. I'm allowed to like
You're
this.
a dumb kid. Is that
I
what
was
you're
a
saying?
dumb kid who didn't
Sure.
have taste.
I think that he can't see the script because his ego's in the way.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, Joe jokes.
No.
Joe
Oh,
jokes.
yeah.
Joe
Oh, yeah, I
jokes.
forgot.
I got kid. I got kid.
I laughed, so I guess that's another role he played, Zach. Haha, you stupid fool. Think Megamind and Hancock. There, I said it right then.
Nice.
Jigsaw, I thought he was dead.
Who are you?
I don't even know.
I'm in an abusive relationship with M. Night Shyamalan.
Gael Garcia Bernal.
Bless you.
2 burps.
And a haircut.
2 burps and a haircut.
Party on Gawain.
Party on Guard.
Digimon.
Yeah,
Maybe they should do it again, but less gross.
Clear play.
Yeah.
Wasn't as gross.
That's true.
But
Good idea.
Can't describe to me in great detail why it was gross.
You're welcome.
I think that you're putting too much responsibility on the zombies.
We're giving them too much responsibility.
Yes. They need to be whatever they need to be.
No, they need to clean their room, make their bed, and do dishes before they can play.
Chewing cookies, chewing cookies. Like, it's the dumbest thing.
If it's a pity party, I'm in.